Well, hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome again to the balcony. I have tried my hardest to recreate exactly what the situation was that day with the old camera. I am using the same Sony A7 IV, but a new camera. I sent back the used one because the way it fogged up, it may have sorted itself out. There must have been he must have gotten some water inside the lens. I don't know how. These are supposed to be somewhat weather sealed as far as I know. But it wasn't until I had filmed about 5 minutes that it actually came up and showed that, it started looking beautiful, and then it just fogged up, and maybe I'll cut in some here. I'm sitting in the same spot. The only difference is I'm using the Rode mic because it is so breezy today. It would just be, and that's annoying. So hopefully I'm going to record here and not see anything that looks like all of a sudden I'm in the midst of a forest fire or something like that. It was incredible how it steamed up, and I don't know if the steam was in the lens or in the camera, because at that point it didn't really matter. Wow, it's really blowing. It's even shaking the Rode mic, so we'll see how noisy this gets. But the point is, I didn't even want to experiment anymore with the camera the way it was. You know, when you're spending that kind of money, you want it to be decent. And like I say, I was only saving 10% by getting it used, so I just coughed up the extra couple hundred to start fresh, to start with the blank slate. And hopefully this one's going to do a good job. The camera already was getting quite warm. I've been doing the settings for the past, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. So the power went from about 100% down to about 85%, something like that. It took me forever to get all the settings. I like to fiddle around with it, you know, and get this and get that and customize it. So it takes a little while when you're learning a new camera. But that was the interesting thing was, and I was very glad that I so happened, it's just lucky that I got the camera in the summer, because it's hot out, it's sunny out, the sun's baking on the camera body, baking on the lens. It's in the 80s, just like it was that day. You know, if I'd bought that camera in the winter, because I had filmed with it indoors and I'd never seen anything. I'd taken pictures with it, never had any issues. I even started on the balcony with it, and it was totally clear, looked great. It wasn't until the camera really had sat in the sun and was getting hot. I'd been recording with it and it was getting hot from that. That is when the issue appeared. So if it was in the winter time, I probably would have been out of my return window, you know, to send the thing back. So I'm very fortunate that it all worked out. Man, we've really got a stiff breeze here today. Hoping that it's not too annoying. Hopefully I've got the windscreen, but it's getting tousled about. I'll give you a view of the day here. You can see some boat traffic out there today. Very stiff winds. You can see there the flag. Let's try to zoom. I haven't zoomed this lens before. Let me zoom out here and see if I can get my little banana tree blowing in the breeze. It's really jostling the mic. I'm shooting in 24p for a change. I always shot in 30, and I know a lot of the video guys always like to shoot in 24. Some people in canoes across the way. I'm 6 minutes in and I don't see any steam, so that's a good sign. So once again, this is the Sony A7 IV with the kit lens, a 2870. Comes with the camera. I really like the menu on this camera. I can tell you the touch screen is nice, and everything's laid out, seems to make sense very nicely. I've got my recording levels on the screen. It's always showing my battery remaining. That's important. I'm not shooting in 8-bit. I'm not shooting in 10-bit, just the 8-bit, not 4K, just to see how it looks in the basic standard kind of format here. So I hope that the mic's right next to my palm tree leaves. Probably just hearing a lot of that making noises. The dried things are kind of crumbling. I love buying stuff used. I've had great luck with Amazon Warehouse. I ended up buying the camera from Amazon anyways. Amazon's always been very good about returns. Best Buy actually had a little bit of a better price, but in reading about their returns, they can charge a restocking fee, and I forget what it was now. I think it was like 15%, something like that. It seemed pretty. I didn't want to get into that, I wanted the freedom to be able to try the camera, and if there was an issue, which I really didn't think there would be, but there was, you want to have that. So far at Amazon, and I've returned a few things through the warehouse, they've always been rock solid about that. So we'll see as far as this return. I'm expecting nothing different. If they do give me a problem, I'll certainly make a video about that. But I'm loving this camera. I think it looks great. I look forward to doing a whole lot of videos with this thing and doing a lot of stills, and so far it's really nice. I can't wait to see how this turned out, and I'll put a link for it, of course, in the description if you're looking for a Sony A7 IV. If you click on the Old Guy's link there, it definitely helps the channel. It doesn't cost you an extra penny, and I get a small commission, which means the world to the Old Guy. And so as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by, spending a few minutes with me on the old balcony here as summer's starting to wind down, but we still got some hot days here in Michigan. Until next time, we'll see you.